This story has been buzzing around the media and the internets for several days now, and rightfully so. If you haven't heard by now, Keith Olbermann, the host of the MSNBC Countdown show, has been fired. Keith Olbermann, who had the 8 p.m. time slot on MSNBC, has not had his contract renewed by MSNBC. Right now, a lot of people believe it's because of the merger between MSNBC and Comcast. As the facts stand right now, Keith Olbermann had a 4-year, $30 million contract with MSNBC. Keith Olbermann had the highest rated show on the network and several times had accomplished higher ratings than the Bill O'Reilly's O'Reilly Factor. He was clearly a very, very popular host and a very large critic of the right-wing administration. In my opinion, and the opinion of many others, Keith Olbermann has been removed because of the merger between Comcast and MSNBC. As we all know, Keith Olbermann was a very, very loud critic of the Republican Party and George Bush in general. This, I believe, because Comcast is so heavily conservative, is why Keith Olbermann was really removed. If you'll remember, a few months back, I did a video on Keith Olbermann being suspended from MSNBC because he gave $2,400 to 3 Democratic congresspeople who were running for Congress. Now, if you'll also remember, one of those people was Gabrielle Giffords, who was recently shot in Arizona, a shooting that took place by a right-wing individualist extremist. I would not be surprised if Comcast as well was behind this suspension. Now, to those who would not believe me, I would like to remind you that mergers, especially very large ones like MSNBC and Comcast, are often talked about months, if not a year in advance, before they're actually released to the public. It seems very likely that they were trying to get rid of him ahead of time under the pretext of giving that he was biased towards the Democrat Party, which was fairly obvious, but they were trying to use the money donations as a way to try to discredit him. Now, I find firing a reporter for giving money to a certain political party to be, especially a Democrat, farcical, considering the tremendous links between Fox News and the Republican Party. In fact, the Republican Party is the pre-existing condition for Fox News' existence. I believe that Keith Olbermann was fired, or not having his contract removed, because of Comcast. Now, Brian Roberts, the CEO of Comcast, is a very, very heavy Republican supporter who has donated quite a lot of money to the party. Not only that, but the executives, also in charge of Comcast, are very heavy donors to the Republican Party as well. Right now, Keith Olbermann is under a gag order with his contract not to discuss anything related to his dismissal from MSNBC. If you'll remember, these are similar conditions that were placed on him before when he left Fox News. And when the time limit for not being able to speak on it ran up, he came out very publicly and explained why he was let go and his feelings concerning it. What I and probably everyone else is hoping that when this fascism time limit runs up, he'll be able to publicly speak about the real reason for his departure. But right now, many people believe that this is definitely because of Comcast and the rightward turn that the media is taking. This incident shows a very clear rightward turn for the media. Even MSNBC, which was even the phony voice of dissent, is now starting to be silenced. Very soon we're going to have a completely right-wing dominated media. Even the phonies against the system who really do support it, now they are being silenced. Which means very soon we could be having one voice and one opinion. Now, this is exactly what happened with Nazi Germany. This is a very clear danger that we should be aware of. And as a personal message to Rachel Maddow, watch your back, because Comcast is probably coming after you next.